Hi, Mark and Tamil Kenny with Think Multifamily. We're here to talk to you today about defining your criteria in apartment investing. This is step one of many more videos to come. Mark?
All right, so I'm gonna write it up here first. I'm gonna use my left hand, so I don't write that well, but actually I'm left-handed, so we'll see. So step one is define your criteria. So one of the first things you want to ask yourself, in my opinion, if you're going to be defining criteria, is whether you're going to partner with somebody or not. I'll tell you why that's so important. So you ask yourself if you're going to partner. If you say no, then it's a pretty easy discussion, because that means you're limited to your own net worth and your own liquidity, which really just means that you're limited to 100% of your net worth for a loan. So a lender typically is going to want 100% net worth, and they're going to want 10% liquidity. If you're by yourself, it's easy. If you say, yes, I will partner with somebody, then it's open to whatever you want to do. You're not limited to your own net worth, you're not limited to your own skill set, you're not limited to your own connections, everything like that. So to me, that's the first question you have to ask yourself.
And there are definitely pros and cons to choosing to partner or not partner. You just need to find out what those facts are and decide for yourself, yes or no, and move forward from there.
We partner a lot. We've had, one probably partnership I wish we didn't have, but that will be a different discussion, one of the other steps. So what else, Tennille?
We also want to talk about where we want to buy the property. Do we want to buy the property in our own backyard, or do we want to look in another state? And there are pros and cons to buying in your own backyard, why you would or why you wouldn't. You also want to look at other physical attributes of the property. You want to look at if it has a chiller system, if it's pitched roofs, flat roofs, stucco, brick, where it's located, specifically in the neighborhoods it's located.
Well, I have one. Some people may have never heard of a chiller.
Right.
So we asked a lot of people at an event we were at this weekend, and really no one knew what it was. So a chiller is, we have 208 units, for example, and we have one device, if you want to say, that heats and cools all 208 units.
Right.
So last year, July and part of August, a 3-week period, it went down.
Yeah.
And it gets pretty hot in Dallas during July and August.
Just
so
a little bit.
Not great.
Not great.
But you have to decide for yourself, is it something you're still going to buy or not? I don't really look for any deals that have chiller anymore. Doesn't mean I would never buy one, but I don't actually go there. But I think the key is to be very specific on your criteria.
Yeah.
So when I was looking for a wife, I said I wanted someone short, dark, and pretty, is what my criteria was.
You're calling me short.
So she has heels on right now. She's actually shorter than that.
I call it vertically challenged.
But I was very specific, and I got it. So be specific. So let's see what else. So third one would be, what's the third one, Camille?
The third one is defining your goals. What that means is when Mark and I started looking at large apartment buildings, we were kind of looking at and analyzing every single deal that came across our desk. And when you do that, you tend to get burned out very quickly because you can't possibly analyze well all those deals. You don't have a very strategic focus. So you need to decide, are you going after 10 units to 50 units? Are you going to go after 100 units to 200 units? You need to know exactly what you're looking for. You need to know which markets you're going to be looking in so you can just work specifically with those brokers. You have to have specific goals.
So if I'm brand new and I come to you and say, I want to do 10,000 units this year, what would your typical response be?
I would say, how many have you done last year? And if it was 0, well, that's a great goal, but why don't we backtrack into a more realistic goal? Maybe let's just get your first deal. Maybe your first deal is 100 units.
Right.
And let's get good at that and then move forward from there.
Yeah, so we were in Denver this past weekend, talked to, I don't know, probably physically one-on-one, 100 people maybe, I don't know, a lot,
probably,
right?
Yeah.
And several people were like, well, multifamily, because it was a single family conference. Mm-hmm. They were like, well, 2 to 3 years from now I want to do multifamily. And to me, that's not really a goal either, frankly. If you want to do multifamily, you have to take the steps now. There's no reason you can't get involved much, much sooner than 2 to 3 years.
Right.
Now, whether that's 1 month, 3 months, 6 months is probably more realistic in my
Yeah.
opinion to really get it. So, but that's, so we want to define the criteria. Partnership, yes or no. Location, physical attributes, and then your goals.
Setting realistic goals. That's right.
That's right. So thanks for joining.
Bye for now.